What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have a final review on the 1971 Roadrunner NASCAR from Salvinos Dirt Art Models. And of course, this is the King, Richard Petty, and I gotta say, I really had a blast building this thing. When I mean it by a blast, I mean I literally built this within a month, like under a month I should say. This thing was absolutely incredible. It was so fun. I just couldn't stay away from it. I spent probably 4 hours each day working on it, even though after work and stuff. This kit was just, I had not built one of these older gen NASCARs in a very, very long time, and I think it was definitely due for me to do one, and I'm telling you, I had a blast building this one. So let's go ahead and tell you about the kit. I'm telling you, the kit was fantastic. There's hardly any issues, a couple issues here and there, but nothing to complain about. But let's go ahead and show you what we did to mine. Alrighty, so of course, for this being Richard Petty, we're going to need that famous Petty blue. So I went ahead and contacted Sam and from Splash Paints, and he has sent me his color, which is Petty blue. I did a full-on painting video of me painting this body. If you want to check that video out, check it out. It's a full video of me priming it, painting it, and clear coating over the decals and stuff. So it's a very cool video. I gotta say, the color turned out fantastic. It laid down perfect. That's only 2 coats of blue. That blue covers super well from Splash. It's amazing. Decals, of course, are from the kit. These are the kit decals, of course, from Power Slide. Power Slide, one of the best NASCAR decals out there in the market. I mean, these just lay down so smooth. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not a big decal person, but you really do want to build a NASCAR, I'm telling you, I always tell you guys, build these older gen NASCARs because they're like square bodies, but yet there's not that many decals, because back in the day they painted the car and literally everything else was stickers, or they painted some of the stickers on, but most of them were stickers. They're not like a full-on wrap like they are today. So if you really want to do an old gen NASCAR or any NASCAR in general, but you don't like decals, I'm telling you, any one of these old gen NASCAR kits from Salvinos lineup, it doesn't matter if it's a Roadrunner, Charger, it could be the Oldsmobile or the Monte Carlo. I'm telling you, these NASCAR kits from them are amazing, and you're gonna have a blast building it. So everything went out perfect. The decals laid down so perfect. Only big decal on this was the hood, and you do have to get it over the hood scoop, you want to call it. That's the only major part. That's the only part you're gonna have to spend some time to. Not too big deal, but everything else is just basically flat from here and out. I mean, it's very, very cool. A couple of things 3D printed on this kit, nothing too major. I 3D printed a new spoiler, and these plates back here with numbers. These 3 plates there. And this one also right here on the quarter panel, those are 3D printed because they're rivets, and the kit rivets were good, but they weren't the correct period, correct counted limit rivets, you want to call it. So these are the period correct ones. They have just an amount of rivets they had back in the day. So glue these on, and also these ones back here, those were not rivets from the kit. It was just smooth, so I made them rivets as well. So just paint those body color, but that's it pretty much out. That's literally everything 3D printed on the exterior besides the hood pins. The hood pins are also 3D printed, or you can use the photo edge ones, or you can just use the ones from the kit decals. But I like 3D printed ones because they're super, they're super nice, and of course they're 3D effect on the hood pins. Paint them chrome. The wheels are painted in machine blue. That's actually just pure blue from Tamiya. You can use any kind of machine blue, or you want to get a custom mix, but just pure blue from Tamiya. There is the color code on your screen from Tamiya. Either it's the spray can, or this is actually the lacquer base and the little bottles. I use my Airbrush. So those work perfect, and the tires in this kit were just so awesome. Of course, for being a 1971, these are treaded tires because, of course, they didn't go full on slicks until 1972. So any car you have that is before 1972 or early 1972, to mid 1972 they went to slicks, but anything between 72, early 72 and beyond that, you're going to be getting shredded tires, and these are fantastic tires. Decals went on super good. Make sure you do use a matte clear on the decals so they can seal them in. I did weather them a little bit. I kind of scraped them up a little bit, but kind of looked like he ran this car for like a quick lap of a qualifying or practice session. This car's not fully beaten yet. The window net is actually masking tape from Tamiya. You just use the kit one for measurement, and you just kind of use that one for reference. And of course, for this one, he used white, net you want to call it. So using that airbrush and just paint it, whatever color you need to be, either white or black. So that works good. Of course, you can do like a 3D printed one, but I don't make the 3D printed ones because they don't look too accurate and they're not thin enough. If you just use tape, they look period correct. So that's that. And all of the trim on the windows, that is actually not bare metal foil. I use bare metal foil, the matte chrome you want to call it, or matte aluminum effect, but it was still too shiny for the windows because they did not want chrome or anything shiny on the windows back in the day. So this is actually titanium silver around the windows, and that is just period correct. It looks really good and it's not bright at all, and that looks pretty good. These wheel parts right here is actually brushed aluminum from Alcrad, so that looks pretty good because these are actually brighter than the windows. Believe it or not, so pretty cool. And the windows, just the front and rear glass, they snap right in. There's a groove inside where you just glue into place, and they just slid into place, no big deal. And the gas rubber cap on this one is separate, which is super cool. And also the exhaust is 3D printed. That's just more, has more realistic to it than the kit one. And of course, you paint the grill black, then you paint the silver, or you can do it in aluminum, or you can paint up white for his 20 or for his 43 stickers to go on. So that looks pretty cool. So that is that for the exterior. It looks really good. The clear coat turned out fantastic. Of course, I wet sanded and polished it. You're always going to get orange peel on decals. It just has a great reaction with clear coat. So no matter if you're using 2K clear or any like the best clear in the world, you're still going to get orange peel. It's just the way decals are. So wet sand it, polish it. It's going to turn out fantastic. Let's go ahead and go to the interior. The interior is very nice. The seat, the shifter, and the fire extinguisher are 3D printed as well. Just more period correct parts. The shifter was, I think it was a little small for me in the kit, so I use a little bit bigger shifter. The seat is more a period correct seat. The kit seat wasn't really period correct, so use that one. And also I like the 3D printed, fire extinguisher, because the fire extinguisher in the kit is kind of weird to me. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's how they were, but the pictures I've seen were not like that at all. But other than that, that's it 3D printed wise. Everything else was from the kit. The dashboard, we paint it in black. That's just pure black, along with the seat as well. And we use the Heinz tooth pattern from Scale Motorsports on the seats. We had to paint the white, and then pretty much all the black is decals. It's all it's clear backing. So put that on there. That looks really cool. The fire extinguisher, you can either do it in machine blue or red from Richard Petty. It all depends. I did it in red because this car with the Pepsi car, he actually had a red fire extinguisher. Make sure you do a lot of research on your car you're doing if you want to be very period correct. So again, it can be machine blue or red. It depends what car it is. From Richard Petty. The steering wheel is from the kit. We did that in satin black. The wheel part and where the horn, well, it's a cushion, but where the horn button should be, that's flat black. So it's pretty cool. And everything else is just Petty blue. So it's a full-on Petty blue car. There's no black, not much color to this car. So it looks really cool. Of course, we wired and plumbed the interior as well. We got that one oil hose going to the front and to the back of the car where the oil cooler is. The computer module under the dashboard, we wired that up as well. So that's not much to it, and we did add some seatbelts to it. So yeah, so the interiors in these cars were very basic. There's not much wires and hoses going to them front and back, unlike the modern cars are. So that is that. So pretty cool. Love the interior. Looks fantastic. The chassis, let's go ahead and go to the under the chassis. The chassis looks pretty good. Again, in retro petty blue, so all petty blue under there. This car for being 1971 is still riding the leaf springs, so suspension axle type back there. So that looks pretty cool. We painted the drive shaft in white, as they always been in white, just in case it flies out, they can see it on the track easier. That's why they're white. So did that, and like I mentioned, the exhaust, the outer exhaust is 3D printed. And the other exhaust is from the kit, so it all lines up good and it looks fantastic. You may have to do some filling under there because there's tons of injector pin marks down there. It's not a big deal. You can either fill it in with styrene sheet, just kind of copy it and paste it onto a white styrene sheet and do that, or you can fill it in, or you can sand them off. It's up to you. Just note there's a lot of injector pin marks down there, so not too big a deal. It's not end of the world. But the chassis, it did turn out pretty darn good. The tip of the pumpkin of the axle, they're always red, and instructions it does say do it in like a dark red, so we did it in dark red, so that looks really good. But yeah, the chassis, I love it. Looks good. Now I will tell you, there are spacers for the rear axle. You can see here how it has that muscle car stance where it's lower in the front and a little bit higher in the back. I love that stance. It looks really cool. But if you want the back end to sit down into the weeds like the front is, all you have to do is add more spacers to the back axle. The spacers that comes in the kit, there's like, what is it, like 5 spacers or something like that, 5 or 6 spacers. The instructions, it does tell you to add 1 spacer. I only did 1 because I wasn't so sure, but if you want this car to sit down lower on the back, if you want it to sit even, make sure you do add more spacers. I would add probably 2 more spacers on each side. So have 3 spacers on the axle, and that should get you to lower this car down completely onto the ground. But I love this muscle car stance. It just looks so cool. Lower in the front, higher in the rear, and that's how they were back in the day. I mean, that's how they were sitting. But sometimes when they're actually on the track racing, the back end kind of lowers down. It's just the gravity is just lowering the whole car down. So if you want it to look like it's on the track, make sure you do add more spaces to the back, and that should lower the whole thing down completely onto its wheels and have the wheels tucked inside the fenders. So just a little note there. So that's that. So let's go ahead and go to the engine. I'm not going to pop the hood off because the hood fits really snug. It'd be kind of painful for me to take it off right now, but there's some pictures on your screen. The engine is very nice. Again, this engine, you do use the block from the other kits, you know, the Monte Carlo and the Oldsmobile and stuff. Even though it is a Hemi, but you just put on different heads and stuff, and it still looks very good. And you can definitely tell this looks a Hemi. You can't really see the engine block itself at all, because this Hemi in this thing, the 426 Hemi, it just fills in this engine bay like crazy. So for this one, for being Richard Petty, we did it in machine blue as well. Again, the same blue as the wheels, just pure blue from Tamiya, and that looks pretty cool. The intake, you can either do that in machine blue or you can do it in aluminum, like a dark aluminum. I did it in dark aluminum because, again, for the car that I'm replicating, he had that dark aluminum head. But if you want to do that, you can, you know, transfer each one. If you want machine blue, or you can do it in the aluminum, it's up to you. Or again, you can do it in Hemi orange. Richard Petty, I will tell you right now, Richard Petty did not run the Hemi orange engine very long. I think he only ran it for 2 or 3 cars, that's it. And then he's like, nah, I want the machine blue, because Richard Petty, you know, he wanted all the cars blue. So that looks pretty cool. And of course, we wired and plumbed the whole thing. So that is that. I will give you a little hint. You are gonna have to do some trimming on the filter. There's a little piece of filter that goes to the throttle body. You are gonna have to cut that down a little bit as well, so the hood can actually close. But other than that, that's that for that. And then the intake hose that goes to the valve covers, you might have to get rid of that. That is actually a show for the outside of the car, but if you look at the real car, that hose goes under the radiator shroud, you want to call it, or the fan shroud, or whatever the heck it is. So I represent that with a rubber hose, and goes under there and stuff. And with that hose that comes in a kit, that coolant hose that goes to the valve covers, your hood will not close with that for some reason. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but not a big deal. If you want to look like a real car and represent the real engine, just custom mix that, make that hose, and make it go under the shroud, and that's how the real cars were. So that's not too big a deal. You can paint it machine blue, I left mine in black. But other than that, that's it for the engine bay. It's fully wired and plumb. It looks really good under there, so I'm really happy how that turned out. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much about it. Very fun build. I absolutely had a blast with this kit. And don't take it too serious. I mean, the chassis, yes, the chassis is molded in 2 pieces. It's not a big deal. People always complain about the chassis, but the cars, all 4 cars, they want the same exact chassis. They're just different wheelbases. So for GR models, make it cheaper on themselves. So you just made it in 2 pieces. That way you can interchange the wheelbase between all 3 or 4 cars. This one, I believe, is the Roadrunner is the shortest wheelbase of them all, I believe. So, so it's just pretty short. So not a big deal. Just use some actual putty. Use like this stuff, like 2-part epoxy putty. Whatever you want to use, and just fill it in. It sands easy. Let it dry for about 4 or 5 hours, whatever the heck around it tells you to. You just sand it down, and you're not going to notice it at all. And everything else went together super good. The roll cage screwed together super nice. I mean, this whole kit went together so nice. So I really do recommend you pick up one of these older gen NASCAR kits from Salvino GR models. I mean, this is a blast. I had not built one in years, and I just couldn't keep my hands off it. I mean, I literally built it in like 2.5 weeks. I mean, I just like, man, this kit is so awesome. It took my interest. I wired and plumbed the thing, and I still got it done. I still got it done under 3 weeks, which is insane. I absolutely enjoyed the build, and like I said, I hope you do pick one of these kits up. They're fun. Make sure you do keep an eye on the instructions. Some of the instructions might be confusing. If you never built one before, take your time, go slow. But once you build one, you're gonna know exactly what to do on the next one, because they're basically almost the same. It all depends, because this one has these springs, everyone has added suspension to it. So the newer they are, the suspension kind of upgrades. Then you get coils and stuff. This one does not have coils and whatever. So, but just take your time, look at the instructions, go slow, test fit everything, because the instructions, again, are a little confusing. It does kind of get kind of a little hard where the instructions is telling you where to put the part. Just put it there, test it, make sure it fits, and if it fits, then that's where it goes. So don't just start gluing everything together because you think it knows where it goes. So, but all right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. There is a picture slideshow of it in the photo booth at the end of the video. But until my next video, I will catch you guys next time.